Genshin Impact's version 4.3 is out now. That means Navia is finally here and Ayaka is back. Hi, this is Bedo. In this video, I will give you 5 reasons why you should and should not pull for Navia. Just a disclaimer, this is created with F2Ps and small spenders in consideration. That means, by default, I'm thinking that not everyone has the privilege to purchase Genesis crystals to get all the characters they want. This video is meant to give you a perspective that you might not have seen yet. With that, let's get started! Navia is an Osea-aligned Geo main DPS, so that means if you already have Geo main DPSs like Ito, Ningguang, or maybe a well-built Noel, or you already have a strong roster of non-Geo main DPSs, you might want to consider not pulling for the President of Spina de Rosula. However, if you do not have any or many DPSs built, Navia can be a very good character to pull for as she brings a new Geo gameplay, where crystallized reaction and other elements are being used in her kit. Just a brief explanation, when Navia obtains an elemental shard, she will gain a stack for her skill. Having Pyro or Electro, Cryo or Hydro in the team also increases her attack. It's a refreshing take for a Geo character. Though I still feel like this is an experiment by Hoyoverse, who still refuses to give us a useful Geo reaction for no reason. Regardless, her gameplay is a breath of fresh air, and her skill actually outputs huge damage, even stronger than Zhongli's burst sometimes. The element Geo only has one reaction to most elements, which is crystallized. And let's be real, this is almost useless in higher AR and in the Spiral Abyss. Geo doesn't work with Dendro, which has been in the meta for a while now. And for me, Genshin Impact's best selling point is the great implementation of elemental reaction mechanics, which Geo doesn't really play a big part of. So if you really like reactions, you can skip Navia. But if you're a player who doesn't really care about complicated elemental reactions and who just loves Geo like me, then go ahead and pull for Navia. With that being said, if you care about meta and clear the Spiral Abyss with 36 stars, Geo characters might not be for you. As mentioned earlier, Geo doesn't have the best reaction, which in Spiral Abyss is very important. Elements like Dendro and Anemo are a big part of the meta, of which Geo doesn't react with. That doesn't mean that Geo characters cannot clear the Spiral Abyss, okay? It's just that it is easier to do so with the other elements. But if you really don't care about a meta and you just want her new mechanics, then you'll surely not regret getting her. And what's great with Navia is her kit forces you to have other elements in the team. So teams like the national team with Xingqiu, Xiangling, and Bennett will work great with her. So I guess Navia has a good chance of clearing the Spiral Abyss for you. I think this is the part where F2Ps really need to listen to. A few weeks from now, one of the strongest 5-star sub-DPS support will have a rerun. That is the Electro Archon Raiden Shogun. I won't discuss much about her, but I think she is one of the best supports who can deal massive damage. She also solves a big problem most strong DPSs like Yelan, Xiangling, and Beidou experience: lack of energy. Currently, Raiden Shogun is the best battery for all elements, not to mention she also buffs. Aside from her, Genshin Impact just released the drip for Cloud Retainer and Gaming. You might want to save for them. So if you are an F2P and you still don't have Raiden Shogun, or you are aiming for her cons or for the new characters I mentioned, I would suggest saving for it instead and wait for Navia's rerun. But if you already have Raiden and you're not thinking of getting her cons or weapon and you're not really concerned about the next banners, then Navia will surely make you happy. Together with Navia and Ayaka, a new domain with new artifact sets will be introduced in version 4.3. First is the Nighttime Whispers, which most likely is Navia's signature artifact. Next is Song of Days Past, which is made for healer supports. So if you're not willing to spend months of agony farming in this domain for Navia, and the accompanying artifact Song of Days Past will not be useful for you, save your sanity and skip this banner. This is such a big deal because a lot of players get burnt out with the artifact farming mechanics in Genshin Impact. Not because you have a high tolerance to these mechanics and not because you are lucky doesn't mean other people are not affected. But if you are willing to farm in this domain to min-max Navia, and you also have characters you may equip the other artifact with, then Navia is for you. In addition, Navia being an attack scaling Geo character with crit damage ascension gives you tons of weapon choices since there are a lot of great claimers for F2Ps and even for low spenders. Before we end, please make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you'll get notified when I post videos and go live. Ultimately, the choice to pull or not to pull Navia is yours, but I hope I help you in this video. Let me know in the comments if you pulled for her. Again, this is Earl Beidou. See you next time.